This is hilarious. Hang on, you guys. Can I call you Rose? Well, that's not good if they can't see me, right? Maverick, you're being such a good boy. Perfect. Well, hey guys, deal with me for a sec because I'm going live on several platforms. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. How are all of you? Pretty sure I am live everywhere. I bet that took a horrible still shot. It's kind of a little sidetrack there by Maverick. Do me a favor, as you come on here, wherever you're tuning in from, tell me if you can hear me and see me clearly. Simply type in the comment section, hey, I'm tuning in from California. I'm tuning in from Dayton, Ohio. I'm tuning in from Austin, Texas. Tell me if you can hear me and see me clearly. Just gonna make sure I am in the upward right everywhere real quick. I have something really cool to share with all of you today. Yay! Okay, let me see. Of course, my phone went bye-bye, which is always lovely. So I've got something really cool to share with all of you today. I thought we could do the vibrational frequency of foods. There's so much talk lately about the vibrational frequency of energy from other people, of the sun, from the air we breathe, from, the people we avoid, from water. Water holds a vibrational frequency, but we never really talk about kind of the hierarchy of our food. Food holds a lot of frequency. Some food does, not all food. So I thought I would share this with all of you. Before we get started, those of you who are new here, I am Andrea Cox, intuitive healer, holistic wellness coach. I have written 3 plant-based recipe books. The most recent, Eat Right for Your Zodiac. I also created the new deck. It's an oracle deck called The Lessons of the Mystical Muse. You can pick all of these up. I will link them in the comments on Facebook. They will be on the description box on YouTube. And they are in my bio on both TikTok and Instagram. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the vibrational frequency or the hierarchy of food. Now I have a video on Andrea Cox TV when you subscribe over there. That's probably 8 years old where I talk about the hierarchy of food. But this is more about the vibrational frequency of food. Thank you for all the love on TikTok. And how it can really affect our bodies. So continue telling me where you're tuning in from. So first and foremost, we've got water. Now, there's a reason I drink molecular hydrogen water. Why? Because it's a heightened vibration. It holds a vibrational code. All water holds a code. That's why we really don't want to drink tap water. That's why if you're out to dinner and someone is gossiping at the table, you don't want to drink the water at the table because the frequency of the energy from the people and the water and all the food on the table has went down, right? So I'm sure you guys have all seen those videos of people talking to their plants to get their plants to grow faster. The same exact paradigm with our food. We don't want to eat when we're stressed out. We don't want to eat when we're angry. We don't want to eat because we're bored or we're tired. We only want to eat when we are around amazing high vibrational people, our pets, ourselves, and when we're in a good mood and when we're calm. That will automatically heighten the vibration of any food you choose to eat. So that's the first thing. The second thing, hang on one sec, you guys. So water. Water holds a vibrational code. So you can actually, even if you're just having a glass of spring water or distilled water, say, thank you for purifying my body. Thank you for raising my vibrational frequency. Thank you for making me more beautiful. Thank you for healing my gut. You can actually tell your water what you want it to do every single morning. I do it when I drink my magic water from 𝗬𝗵𝗴. And I'll link that as well. The second thing we have, which is very high vibrational, I made this morning, is juice. So this is pure celery juice. This is pure carrot and lime juice. Now, why does this hold such a vibrational frequency? Well, it goes into the bloodstream within 15 minutes. So it's just like a big vitamin and mineral into your bloodstream. Very, very high vibrating. I've juiced for 27 years. I'm almost half a century young, and I really swear by juicing. So juice holds a very high vibrational frequency. The next thing is, and you guys are gonna love these, only eat your bananas brown because they're unripe if they don't have a lot of brown on them. Let's talk about fruit. Fruit is very high vibrating. Instead of eating applesauce, which this is still very high vibrating, it's organic, it's unsweetened, it has a little Ceylon cinnamon in there. However, the apples have been processed, so it kind of goes down a notch from just picking an apple off of a tree, which we don't all have access to, right? Or going to the grocery store and eating an apple. So fruit is very high vibrating. All the enzymes are still intact when you eat your fruit. That's why when you eat fruit, it goes right through you. When food combined properly, it raises your vibrational frequency. Every time we have a bowel movement, every time we have an elimination, it raises our vibrational frequency. Hi, Instagram. I forgot I was on there. So fruit, very high vibrating. So water, juices, fresh fruit. Now let's talk about vegetables. So sweet potatoes, all vegetables. I have a kale salad. I kind of food prepped earlier. All vegetables are very high vibrating. Now, when it comes to things like avocados and tomatoes, those are actually a fruit, not a vegetable, because they are a seed-bearing plant. But things like avocado, things like sweet potatoes, things like tomatoes, things like Brussels sprouts, things like beets, carrots, all very high vibrating, right? Now, what happens when you cook your vegetables? Well, it changes the molecular structure. So I've got some, I put a little olive oil on here. I've got some Brussels sprouts I made. I've also got some new potatoes from my garden that I made without any oil at all. These are cooked so they have less enzymes in them. So when a food has less enzymes, well, no enzymes really, it's a little lower on the vibrational frequency scale-wise of nourishment and what we get out of it. Because when you think about it, everything is energy, right? From our hair, which works as an antenna, our third eye, the company we keep, right? Our animals, the sun. There is no way to raise your vibrational frequency quicker than to go out into nature, sit in the sun, plant your feet in the grass. That is the highest vibrational frequency you can get. However, when it comes to our food, the body stops making enzymes about the age of 25. We have very little capacity to produce enzymes on our own. So when we cook food, we're in a sense denaturing how the food is digested. That's why we need to take digestive enzymes. Now, I am 100% raw vegan in the summer, spring, and then in the fall and winter, I eat a little bit of cooked food. Not a lot, like maybe one meal a week. So I've got some Brussels sprouts here. So on the hierarchy of food, we have water, fresh pressed juices, cold pressed vegetable juices, like I showed you here. We have fruit, which is very high vibrating, full of enzymes, full of life, full of fiber, full of nourishment, colorful. You know, we want to eat our colors. We have vegetables like the sweet potato, beets, cauliflower, broccoli, things of that nature, which are also very high vibrating, a little less than fruit because a lot of fruit is still living when you eat it, right? It's full of enzymes. Sprouts is something I didn't mention. They are very high vibrating, right next to vegetable juices, because they are a big C preventative and they're just really healthy for you. And then we have cooked food, right? Baked starches like these potatoes, Brussels sprouts, things like that. A little lower, but still very high vibrating, especially if you're eating it with a group of people that also are happy and talking about positive things, or you just enjoy someone's company. I'm sure you guys have all been at a dinner table, especially probably around the holidays for many of you, where the conversation just is a little bit low vibing and you feel the next day that you don't digest your food as much as you would have if you would have been eating at home or eating around, people that, maybe you see eye to eye with or what have you. And I'm just speaking in general here. That's because when there's negativity present, we have trouble digesting our food. So it kind of lowers the vibrational frequency of our food altogether. Now, what about animal products? So I have been a vegan for 27 years. Like I said, I'm almost half a century young. And I believe that animal products, just in my humble opinion, are a lot lower vibrationally, because not only do we have to deal with the way that the animals were harvested and all that anxiety the animals were carrying at that time, all that angst, all that stress, all that fear. They've done studies, they've interviewed people that work on farms and at factory farms, and we know this is true, even the grass-fed farms, which is actually a myth for another video. You're getting all of that stress from the animal, right? All of that adrenaline in your food. And it's also not as alkaline, right? The most alkalining things we can do are lemons and watermelon, very high vibrating foods. So when we eat animal products, it can be a little, thank you, Boomer, my friend, how are you? Boomer and I have been talking a lot about, well, the big P, I'm not allowed to say it on here. Boomer can comment about it though. So you want to just keep everything very high vibrating. Even eating something like pork or, a cow or something like that. If you're around high vibrating people, it's still going to be a higher frequency than if you're drinking green juice around someone you can't stand and they're running their mouth. That's why whenever I call someone and someone is on the phone, I'm always like, and they're eating dinner and they're just kind of talking to me while they eat. I'm just like, hey, let's talk at another time. Go ahead and finish your meal. It's not only a common courtesy and polite, it also allows that person to focus on the act of chewing, which raises their vibrational frequency. So all of these things, in a nutshell, are nice to keep in mind when you make your food choices, when you are meal prepping, when you are at the grocery store. Now, something that is worse than animal products and pasteurized dairy and all of that are processed foods. Processed foods are very, very low. They're a very low vibrational frequency. So we want to make sure we're getting, the best foods we can get. I want to show you an example of that real quick. So I had a company send me some cereal, and I'm going to read you the ingredients. They're called Lovebird. The ingredients are cassava, honey, coconut sugar, coconut oil, sea salt, and vanilla. That's it. That's all that is in their cereal. Something like this is going to be much, much easier to digest, much, much healthier than, we know the other ones, right? I'm not allowed to say them on here, so I'm not going to. However, stick to fruits and vegetables, stick to spring water, distilled water, make a couple juices on a Sunday. You can leave a little space in the canning jar, like I did, about 1.5 inches. You can put them in the freezer so you have a fresh juice every day. Just take it out and thaw it the night before. These are all tips that will help you raise your vibrational frequency. If you have any question, post them in the comments below, and Yay! I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like, a heart, and hit the share button. You can subscribe to Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive on YouTube. Also, join my newsletter list. We have over 70,000 people there. It is andreacox.com, and just put your email in and we got you down. Okay, have a beautiful day. Be well.